loving Randy here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Prairie Farms, Michigan. And since last episode, finished up the manure application on Field 6. Also put some manure on Field 9 and then went ahead and skipped time. I think it was 2 months. I believe we were in the month of December here at last episode. We're now into the month of February here. Not a whole lot exciting going on here. The cows have pretty much been taking care of themselves here. The reason I did stop here at this point, though, is I did want to go ahead and buy some more cows. We're going to fill up the other 2 cow barns here. And then speaking of the cows, by the way, I did actually run out of manure here. I was about halfway done with field 9 here. Maybe not even quite halfway. And we ran out. We had the 3 barns here that all had a fairly good amount of manure in them. The one only had like, I don't know, was it 15,000 or something like that? I mean, it wasn't very much. But the other barns all had like 300,000 plus. I think the other one was what, 400,000 or something like that liters of manure. But yeah, between these 2 fields, Evan, we used, so what is that? That is 3, 4, so probably about 1 million liters of slurry, Evan, to do both of these fields. And now, mind you, field 9, Evan, I just used course play with the regular slurry tank. I didn't get the whole pumps and hoses pack set up for this field. This one was just a regular slurry, so that's what I did on that field. But yeah, wow. Talk about a lot of slurry, everyone, and we did not have enough. I ended up having to switch the hired worker to the buy option, so it bought the slurry. You know, you're half done. What are you supposed to do, right, everyone? Want to finish the field. Of course, with that being said, I'm probably going to end up putting soybeans on one of these fields, so I probably really don't need manure on both fields, but oh well. I decided to put manure on both fields. Okay, anyway, let's head over to our cows and make sure the cows are doing okay. We're going to purchase some cows here, and if the other cow barns are all set, and including the one we're going to be working on here are all set, we'll probably go ahead and skip some more time here. We'll skip to the month of March, then we can start doing some field work here, getting our fields ready to be planted. Oh, and I see the orange hose here yet. That orange hose still winding up yet? Oh, maybe it stopped. I don't know why, everyone. I mean, I've had this happen a couple of times now, and for those of you who played with the pumps and hoses here, but every so often you go to wind up a hose, everyone, and it winds up extremely slowly. I mean, extremely slowly. Like, this thing's been winding for a couple of hours. No joke, everyone. A couple of hours, and it still has not wound this hose up yet. Now, yeah, I could go drive around and follow it. It's not going to speed it up. It still takes the same amount of time, so... The other hoses, I'll wound those up, Evan. They're all... Where are they? I'm not even sure where... Oh, they're probably over here, actually. The other hoses wound up in, like, a couple of minutes, you know? And, by the way, when it came to the hoses, for those who are wondering, between episodes, I did end up having to wind up all the hoses, and I relayed them out on the field, and I didn't have any more problems after that, and I was able to finish all the rest of the field without having to adjust the hoses again. So that was pretty nice. So we finished up the last, I don't know, third or so of the field that was left. Anyway, let's see if we can finish winding this up here. Oh, damn. Okay, that's all I had to do was just start the tractor. So, as you can see, everyone, tractor started. Look at how slowly that is winding. I don't know why it's winding so slowly. And again, like I said, yes, I can move the tractor. It's not going to wind any faster. In fact, we can prove it here. It's just, and it just lags behind. So... doesn't actually change anything. So we'll just leave that there. Let that continue to wind up. Hopefully one of these years, Evan will actually finish winding up the hose that is on this field. I'm not sure how much further out this hose goes into the field. Again, we got 3 500, assuming it's meters, Evan, 3 500 meter hoses. And yeah, this is a long field, by the way, Evan. This was, is it a 1 kilometer? It might be real close to 1 kilometer, because by the time I wound the hose up, it took me a whole hose to go from, I don't know exactly, somewhere by like the 6 here, I went all the way up here. So this field's a little bit larger than I thought it was. We need like maybe 2,000 meters worth of hose would probably be good for this field. But anyway, okay, let's go buy some cows here. Enough talking about the crap. We need to be on, actually, you know what? No, this is the right side, right? Yep. We want that icon right there, and we are going to buy ourselves another 240 cows. 60 at a time, unfortunately, but well, what are you going to do? speaking of the pumps and hoses, by the way, I was thinking maybe some point this week I might see if I can do a live stream, and maybe we'll play around a little bit more with the pumps and hoses DLC, maybe some of the fermenter stuff, and we'll see what's here. I might keep that maybe to more of a live stream, because that's going to be maybe a little more involved process and setup. So yeah, for those of you who'd like to see that, you'd like to see me playing around with a little more with the pumps and hoses there, stay tuned, everyone. Probably sometime this week. I'm not exactly sure when. Hopefully we'll maybe do a live stream and maybe try some of that stuff. And by the way, for the live stream, everyone, you can find a link down below in the description there. That is RDAllen on Twitch. Again, RDAllen on Twitch. Nope, no, I don't want to sell. I want to buy. There we go. And, oh, they are full. Okay. All 240 cows, so 480 cows total between both buildings. Ooh, speaking of which, by the way, is the grass ready to be mowed yet? I think we got to go one more month yet, right? Let's see what's here. Nope, one more month yet. I'm pretty sure month of March is when we start mowing our hay field. I don't rightly know right off the top of my head what we probably need more of. Probably silage, if I had to guess here. Well, it looks like we are looking at pretty good. So checking this one here. Well, actually not quite full, are we? We use a little bit of straw on that one. Hay and silage is full. Straw, 29,000 as far as the bedding goes. So not hurting. Straw here is, 93. Okay. Kept looking at that bottom number. That's the mineral feed number. Don't care about that one too much. We still winding up the hose over here yet? Oh, no. Why not? You seem to have stopped. Okay, no, it is rolling up. Might have just been a visual thing. I mean, I think it was rolling up. I just didn't look close enough to see that it was actually moving. Okay, the cows over here. These are the ones that are a little bit older here at this point. Looks like we're actually still looking pretty good over here as well. 44,000 straw. Hay, silage, that's all good. Looking really good here, everyone. Checking the next one. Mineral feed, straw, hay, silage. Yep, looking good. Straw looking pretty good there as well. Excellent, excellent, everyone. I like it when I see that. Well, I guess our days of being a crop farmer are over here again for a little bit. We got cows in all 4 barns here again. So no more quickly fast forwarding time. I was gonna say, there's cows in this barn, right? Yep, there they are. Health 0. Why is the health 0%? Is that just because we're new? Where's my animals here? I guess just because they're new, I guess. I mean, they got everything they need. Okay. Yeah, health 100%. Puberty at 16% on that one. Looking good from this screen here as well. Like to see that. Don't like to see that 0%, but hey, I guess that's just the way they are. I guess this one here isn't quite full. It's 1 liter off on the grain. I don't know why it says grain, by the way. Yeah, I don't know why it says grain. I mean, that is actually interesting. Because obviously it is hay, silage, and straw, not grain. So I don't know if maybe... I'm not sure what's up with that. Don't know. Definitely won't be opposed to using, corn or something like that to feed the cows, but that is just not the way these barns are set up. I wonder if you use the in-game barn, if maybe it actually would take grain then. That's what the map is set up for. I don't know. But anyway, looks like the cows are all set up. They're still rolling. Doesn't actually look like it, no. As soon as I get in the tractor, it starts rolling again. Good thing running over the hose doesn't actually make a difference here in the game. That is a real good thing. Okay, we're going to go sleep through time, everyone. Then that'll put us into the month of March. And we can start prepping for our fields here. Probably mow some grass here, too, if I had to guess. Yep, doing ZZ. Okay, there we go. Oh, looks like we got some frost on the ground here this morning. That's interesting. That is the whitest I've seen the ground here this winter yet, everyone. And in fact, it's kind of weird how I'd say we're actually whiter than we were in the month of February. It's a little weird. Wonder what the weather's looking like here. What's the weather doing? We're currently 30. Oh, April being up to 59. Oh, and by I don't know what time is it now? By 8 o'clock will be 50, huh? Well, it's 8:01 at the moment. It's currently 30 degrees. And by 8 o'clock will be 50 degrees, huh? Okay, then. Well, if it says so. That sounds like a real-life weather forecast there if I've ever seen one. Sounds about right, everyone? Okay, let's go. Oh, our grass field's still not ready to be mowed yet, really? I thought month of March we could mow that. Okay, gotta go look. What's the calendar say here, then? Grass. Yes, it actually shows we can harvest it. Huh. Very interesting. I thought that would have grown. Guess not. Looks like we're looking pretty good here as far as nitrogen and pH goes. That's good. Speaking of the pH, by the way, how the rest of my field's good? That is a good question. pH is okay. Ooh, might wanna check this. I forget if I looked at this already or not. pH is bad, Evan. Yep, that's what I figured. That's what I was saying, Evan. When it comes to checking the pH, you really can't like go by the map, really. I mean, you almost have to like walk out in the field and just see once what it shows, because, well, yeah, actually, according to this map, if you were to just look at this map, everyone, it looks like the pH across 95% of the field is the same. But, you know, if you were to just walk to this, oh, I gotta go back to this screen here. You know, if I was just to go back to this one, check this here, pH is okay. You know, you go look at this map, and you're like, yeah, okay, it should be okay for the rest of it. That's darker, so that should definitely be okay, which it probably is okay down there if I had to guess. But, yeah, that's rather interesting. Also, I'm not sure what all these lines are about. That's also rather interesting. Well, let's grab our Pro 4 spreader, Evan. Once I go back to the map screen, so I can actually click on our stuff over here. Yeah, thought I had a tractor on the spreader here already. Actually, where is this? Oh, there it is. Okay, guess not. Let's grab one of these red things here. So you stopped. Okay, I'm gonna just have to like sit in that tractor at some point and see if I can get it to roll the rest of that up. Oh, and if you can see, well, you kind of see how far it is out there. If I can get it just the right spot. Looks like it's just right up there yet. So it's got some of it rolled up. Gotta say again, I think that is a pretty cool DLC. Definitely, once you got the hoses laid out, makes doing slurry, I don't want to say easy, but in some ways easy, everyone. Once you got the hoses, you just keep on going up and down the field. You don't have to worry about stopping to refill constantly. Assuming you have a large enough pit of slurry to draw from. Yeah, and enough hose. Basically no stopping, everyone. Now, we didn't have a few issues there with the hose when it came to it disconnecting a few times there due to the length. But again, like I said, I put 1,500 feet on it, and I was able to finish the rest of this field having like the last, I don't know, maybe what, third or something like that. Everyone, no issues. So that was kind of nice. Okay, let's see once here. I don't think we need 2 or 3. Let's try for 2 headlands here. Possibly could get away with 1. I don't know if I quite dare try that or not, so we'll do 2. Okay, first waypoint, and where are my buttons at here? Apparently they're there. I'm just really hard to see. I don't know. Yeah, no, they're like impossible to see. Okay, I don't know what's up with that. That's kind of annoying. I just clicked in the general area where I know the button is supposed to be, and it popped up. Oh, well. Oh, you can see all the slurry on the ground there. Interesting, we got... Huh. This was the cornfield, right? Yeah, this was the cornfield. I don't remember working this field up, or did I? Oh, did I work this field? Maybe I did. No, I didn't think so. Okay, this field needs to be plowed. I'm not sure why we have what looks to be a worked up appearance to this field. I don't think our slurry applicator cultivates it all. There is some that do, by the way. I don't believe we have the one that does, so that's why I'm kind of curious what's up with that. But not that I'm complaining. I think our soybean field over here has a far more harvested look to it, stubble look to it than the cornfield does. Yeah, much more. Weird. Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, speaking of this field, too, I do want to run a cultivator. Oh, yeah, just a cultivator probably across this field. I want to get rid of those weeds. Just I don't like planting in the weeds if we don't have to, so we're going to cultivate those under. Ooh, and how's the rest of our wheat fields looking over here? Wheat fields looking a little frosty about that. Looking pretty good, I think. Expected yield 100%. Yield potential 100%. That's what I'm aiming for here in this series, everyone. Trying to get our yields the best they can be here, and according to this, 100%. Yeah, there's really no, like, bonus yield per se. Well, I guess what Giants considers the bonus yield is once you fertilize your field, that is your bonus yield. But it's still considered one pH is okay there. Okay. So 89 out of 89. And again, the yield potential of it depends on the type of soil. So, you know, in this type of soil, the best you can get is 89%. And we should be, according to this, getting 89%. Still 89%. Yep, looking pretty good. Excellent. Well, let's grab another tractor here. We'll grab a plow of some sort. I think the John Deere over here is a plow. I'll have to connect this here just to make sure a minute. Pretty sure this one was our plow here, though. The John Deere 2410. So if I'm not mistaken, I think it's got cultivator shanks on it. Yeah, but I'm going to say those are definitely cultivator shanks. Those do not appear to be chisel plow shanks. For those of you who are wondering what the difference is between a cultivator shank and a chisel plow shank, chisel plow shanks are significantly beefier. Larger springs, just larger everything. I'm much more heavy duty because, again, the chisel plow is working much deeper than a cultivator is. You know, cultivator, when you're typically working a few inches, and maybe, 6 at the most, typically, probably. And then typically, too, once you run the cultivator, probably you've already ran some sort of plow or some sort of primary first pass tillage on the ground. Okay, GPS, you're up. Let's get some, actually, 90-degree course. Wow. Don't use the 90-degree course very often, do we? I'll check that is plowed. Yep, that is the plowed texture. That's what I thought. 2410 here. Whoa. GPS lock on would probably help a little with this one. Whoops. Definitely have to say I'm very curious, Evan, as to why we do not have some weeds in a few places here. Because if you go look at this field, Evan, I don't know what is up with it. But obviously, like field this part, Evan, we have weeds here. Why? But over here we do not. Why? And then the same thing with field 6, Evan. So the majority of field 6 has weeds, but then we got a large section here that doesn't. What in the world is up with that, Evan? That is some strange stuff going on here. The only thing I've done to these fields, Evan, is mulch them and put slurry on them. Well, and I think both of them had lime now, too, if I remember correctly. But those are really, as far as I know, the only differences here with They're the only changes to these fields that have occurred. We haven't done any tillage on them yet. Too sharp a turn. Oops. Right it out a little bit. There we go. And this will get all that lime and manure incorporated in the field here as well. Not required for the game, by the way. I always like to try to mention that, just so you folks know that as far as the game is concerned, everyone, you don't need to be doing what I'm doing. Well, yeah, I actually really don't need to be doing what I'm doing now. The field needs to be plowed per the game, but so if you want your bonus plow yield, then you probably might want to plow it. Other than that, nope. Definitely don't need to plow it for the lime or the weeds per se. That did not lower down. Let's try that again. There we go. Nor do you need to, like plow to incorporate the manure. That's just not a thing. Things that you probably would be doing in real life, and you don't necessarily have to do in the game. Okay, and loading up some comments here a moment. We'll see once what we got in the comment section here today, which, as I've said before, I always really enjoy reading you folks' comments. So if you haven't left one, throw something down below. No guarantee I'll read it on the video here, but I will at least try to read it to myself anyway. Dear was saying, thank you for making this video. I lost my save game here in Farming Simulator 22. Yes. I know we mention this comment every so often, everyone. But I think it is worth mentioning for any new players out there, or maybe even old players if you've never had to use this feature before. Farming Simulator Giants actually has an automatic backup save game feature in the game. They don't seem to advertise it. They don't have it incorporated into the game in any way that I can tell, but it is there, everyone. You just have to go into your save game folder and manually move the backup files over to where the main files go. And I've got a whole video on that, so I won't go into any more detail, but for those of you who have ever had that happen, there's a way to get it back. And also as a reminder with that too, mods are usually a big reason or a big culprit for that type of problem too, by the way. Channing was saying this must be all European craziness. American styles just send it and get it done. Talking about the pumps and hoses there, I do believe. Nope, that is very much an American here. At least around where I live, anyway, everyone. We do have basically pumps and hoses here. There is I think it's 2 farmers, or maybe it depends to the extent, because we actually, maybe when you look at it, we got for sure 1 farmer that does it to that extent. And then there's some other farmers that do it to maybe lesser extents. And when I say lesser extents, I'm talking farmers that maybe just have a tank parked along the side of their field, which they use as a buffer tank, and then run the hose out to the applicator. So again, when there is 1 farmer in my area that literally pumps the slurry from their farm, underground pipes out to the fields, basically out to various regions of their farm, and then from there, they connect all the hoses together. So you're talking, sometimes miles worth of hose, Evan. Miles worth of hose strung out to the applicator. The advantage to this, Evan, is the applicator can just keep on going up and down the field. For those of you who've ever seen a slurry application, they're hauling manure, Evan, there's a lot of logistics involved with that. So if you're not using the pumps and hoses method, Evan, you have to have several trucks trucking the slurry, the manure, from wherever it is, maybe your farmyard. So you're taking the trucks to haul it from the farmyard however many miles out to the field. Usually you gotta have multiple trucks, and at least around where I live, Evan, there's a few farmers that do that. So you're looking at maybe having a half a dozen different trucks, half a dozen different tanker trucks, just basically running continuously, running the manure from the farmyard out to the field, or you'll have a tractor that is actually applying the manure. And then, of course, with that one, the tractor that's applying the manure has to stop, go to the tanker truck, fill up, back out to the field. It just, yeah, back and forth. So the pumps and hoses makes a lot of sense, if you ask me. A whole lot of sense. I'm sure it's probably, again, a little bit pricey to set up initially. Although, if you think about it, a farmer that's maybe having to haul the manure, you're looking at having, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanker trucks. Those are not cheap either, obviously, right? So, and then, of course, you have to have the tanker applicator as well. So a large tank with some sort of a knifing apparatus. Usually around where I live, either it's spread on the top or they knife it in. So they got to have a knife bar on the back there to knife it into the ground. So knifing style applicator. They call it knifing around where I live. You're knifing the manure into the ground, right? Oh, is that still? That's still done yet. I thought I raised that up. Guess not. Channing was saying the tank behind the tractor is meant to go out to the field. You fill it with semi-trucks, and then you hook a pump to it and feed the toolbar in the field. Kind of what I figured, yep. And that's what I was kind of talking about here a few moments ago with Channing's earlier comment here about a farmer essentially having a buffer tank. So they'll just have a tank along the side of a field there where they can just keep the trucks coming in, fill that tank, while the applicator's out in the field with the hose pumping from that tank. Pretty good way of doing it there, if you ask me, Evan. That way you don't have to sit here waiting for the tank and the tractor to fill each other up. You just fill up your buffer tank. So that way your trucks that are filling the buffer tank can keep on continuously moving. And the tractor that's doing the applying can continuously keep on moving. Hetero saying crappy video. Yes, it was. Crappy video there last episode. Lots of crap going on. Keith was saying, just imagine if you could use the slurry generated in Washington, D.C. You never run out. Oh, truer words never spoken there, Keith. Very, very true. I like that. That's a good one there, Evan. That's a good one. Ethan was saying, this seems way too complicated. Are we sure it's not European? Refilling may be cumbersome, but I think I will stick to the simplicity of a slurry tank. Nope. Definitely, well, I don't know, maybe it's European origins. I don't know, but again, Evan, they definitely do it around where I live. And I don't think it's any more or less complicated than a slurry tank, Evan. Again, usually you need a pump at your farmyard, a pump out at the field with the hoses, and then, again, the applicator bar one is much simpler. It's just an applicator bar. You don't need the whole tank or nothing like that on it. Whoever was saying, I think the water is used to clean out the system. The system gets dirty and has to be cleaned periodically. It's been a while since I watched the tutorial. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how the mod author intended that part of the operation to work, but oh well. Or for that matter, like I've got the air compressor thing too, and I understand what they're looking to do with it, but I don't understand how it works in the game. So definitely got a little more learning to do with that pumps and hoses pack. Christopher was saying, good video, keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. And looking at the time here, everyone, looks like it is about time to wrap it up here for this episode. So on that note, if folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching, and until next time.